To set up your WEBASSIGN account, you actually have two places that you can go, two options of where you can go from this main announcements page. The first, and kind of the one I suspect many of you are going through, is through this orientation and course info button. So first I'll show you how to go through that to get to the page we need. When you click on that button, you then will go into course information. And here we have an area of getting started with WEBASSIGN. The top link, Student Quick Start Guide, is just a sheet that kind of has a typed reference for how to get in to the class. So if you start having trouble, you may want to reference this. Let me click it and give you an idea of what's on it. So as you can see on this, it really is just a quick reference guide on how to do things. If you're someone who's a visual person, you may want to print this out and let it help you. I also have posted for you student frequently asked questions for WEBASSIGN. Both of these things are from the WEBASSIGN people, so it should be useful. And if you have any questions, of course, when you talk to them, they should know what you're referring to. As far as getting to the place where we want to put in our key and get started, right here where it says WEBASSIGN class key page, that's the most important place for you to click. Notice beside it I do have the key that for this specific class you need to enter to get into the class. So you may want to remember that or look at your syllabus that you've printed. When I click on this page, it takes me to the beginning point to get set up into WEBASSIGN. Now, there is a second way to get to this page, so let me stop for just a moment. So if you're here, you can stop and just wait a second. I'm going to show other people who may have tried to get in from a different way what they could have seen first. If you went straight to the WEBASSIGN login page, you may have used your code book to get there, or you may have used this button right here that says WEBASSIGN login. Either one is fine. But if you started off on this page here, WEBASSIGN, you would see something either like this, or WEBASSIGN.net, or something like this. And I'm not sure why they changed the view you have so many times, but they do. So be aware that you're still looking for the same thing. So if you're coming in from a different way than going into that WEBASSIGN how to get started area of Blackboard, what you want to find is the statement, I have a class key. So see the picture of the key, I have a class key, that's where you would like to click. Going back to the one that came up a moment ago, if I can find it. This one's similar, but it does look different. Here's again is the key. You click, I have a class key. When you click that, you go to the same place that I just took you guys to. And again, that information that I had for you is what you use regardless of how you got here. It's the first thing you put in to tell it which class you're taking. At this point, guys, you do not have to have in your hand the code. It's good if you do because you're about to need it. But to start off, you tell it what class you're in, what your name is. Then if you have your code at the very end, you put that in, your code that says, yes, I've paid to use this. Or you buy one online if you would like to. But it does wait until the very end, so don't be anxious about that code. The first one you put in is the one on your syllabus that I've just entered for you here. Please note that this code does change every semester, so depending on when you're taking this class, it could be different numbers, okay? But the idea is that these numbers you need are on your course syllabus. Once you've put that in and hit submit, it tells you right here below the course information, that I'm your teacher, Marie Murphy, and it's an online class. Then you say, yes, this is my class. At this point, you get to make decisions. For most of you, your decision will be, I need to create a WEBASSIGN account by either buying a code online or by putting in the number of the code you've already bought or that came with your textbook, either way. Some of you, however, from maybe a previous class, such as Math 070, already have a WEBASSIGN account. If you already have one, this is where you click down there and you just sign in like usual, now, and hit continue. That's the easiest way to get in. For those of us who do not have an account, you click the top, I need to create an account, and then you say continue. At this point, you set up the basics for your account, what's your username you'd like. So you tell it your preferred username. I recommend using your Blackboard username, but you are welcome to use whatever your email address username is. For example, if I were a student, that would be mine. So you can use either one of those. I just put them both out there to show you what I was saying. Let's see, then for password, it tells us to use at least 6 characters with a letter and a number somewhere in there. Let's see. Then you enter your name, your email address. I recommend using, again, your college email address, since technically that's all you're supposed to use. I don't think they've got it blocked on this account, but in some things you'll find that it will not email you if it's an outside of CCC account, because the college really wants everything going to the same account. For my ID number, I get that off my badge or off of my registration. I don't put in the CV, but I do put in the numbers. Again, guys, this is important because it gives me a way to reference you when I go back at the very end of the semester to average grades, because your homework will all come from here, from within WEBASSIGN. So it helps me to verify that you're the same person that I have over on Blackboard. Okay, it says my account has been created. Log in now. So it takes you completely through the process, basically, up until this very last step. And that's where it says, okay, now prove to me that you've bought access. So you either say, let's purchase an access online, let's enter an access code, or let's continue my trial. I'm going to say continue trial. Guys, don't do that. You need to either enter your access code or purchase. Actually, let me show you. If you go to enter, you first pick, you find the stuff that matches on your the number they've given you, however long that may be. If you have trouble with this number, if you've made it this far and have trouble, please contact WEBASSIGN. Sometimes their numbers may have flaws in them. So if your number does not work, contact them immediately and let them give you a number that does work. They'll give you that for free if you've already bought one. Of course, if you need to purchase one online, you click here and say continue, and it will let you give it your debit or credit card information and let you go ahead and buy it. For me, since I'm just doing this with you all, again, I'll use the trial just to show you what it looks like. The dangerous thing with the trial is you can lose all of your stuff if you don't buy in time. So I don't recommend doing that as an actual student. Now, once you come in here, there's some key places. The main place that I hope you notice is right here. The under current assignments, that's where all of your homework is. Okay, right now I only have one thing there, but let's click it and take a look at what it is. This is the first section. It shows the due date to the right if you look, and it also tells the time. So it will cut off, this follows your course calendar, it will cut off at midnight on the 31st of this month. And then here I can work through the assignment. Let me go back out now. So that's where you do your homework under current assignments. The personal study plan is not required. It's just here keeping track of problems you have trouble with to give you an extra study guide. So for those of you that like study guides, that's what will be generated right here. So the homework is under current assignments. That's the only thing you have to do in WEBASSIGN. There are some nice resources in here for you, though. There's a textbook right here that once you have purchased access, you can click on it and go into it and actually see everything that a person with a paper book has access to. And probably the other most important thing, other than the homework up here under current assignments, is right here under resources, you have videos to help you learn the material, to help you before you go into the homework. They're hidden, but to get to these videos, you click on the name, Offman, Intro to Immediate Algebra, and see how it makes this come down? Then you have to click More. So they keep everything very nested in here. To look, for example, in Chapter 1, I'll click on Chapter 1's name, and it shows me the videos that my teacher or that I have made available for you all. And then, of course, you just click on those, and you'll have little videos to help teach you how to do the material in 1.1. You just hit play. You'll need a decent internet speed for this. and you can watch that guy. Of course, we also have other things in this class. For example, let me see if I can get back to the main class. For example, here under lesson recordings, there will also be some recordings for you this semester. I hope you're into WEBASSIGN and doing well. Please let me know if you're not able to get in after watching this video and reading through the materials that, again, I have posted for you under course information, getting started with WEBASSIGN.